And welcome back to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In this segment, we're going to check in with the CalAsian Chamber of Commerce, and my guest is Julian Canete, who is the Director of Public Policy for the CalAsian Chamber. Thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having us, Steve.
You know, I was reading on your website 600,000 Asian Pacific Islander businesses in California. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and it continues to grow. And that 600,000 API, as we say, API-owned businesses generate over $200 billion in revenue here in the state of California, employ close to 1 million employees.
Interesting. Now, you're the Director of Public Policy, so that means you are trying to work on the legislature to enact whatever laws you think are best for not only your chamber, but for small businesses.
Right. You know, the great thing about my job is as I go out there and we do it in the name of the CalAsian Chamber, is that at the end of the day, it helps all small businesses in California. And so we're tackling those issues that will make doing business in California much easier, at the same time grow our economy.
Mm-hmm. So you have a legislative summit coming up.
March 18th here in Sacramento.
Right, and you talk about those issues that are so important really to small businesses. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the issues you're concerned about?
Well, I think, you know, still within the small business development area, we're talking about programs for our small businesses, making sure that they're funded here in the state. Programs like the SBDC programs, but also access to capital programs that we have readily available capital, and we're educating our businesses on how to access that capital as well. And then also we're looking at regulatory issues that are impacting our business owners here in California and burdensome regulations. And then also, let's not leave out workforce development. We've got to start making sure that we train the skilled workforce that our employers will need in the future.
You talk about regulatory issues. I mean, there's been criticism for years and years that California simply puts up too much barriers to small business. Have you noticed any changes over the last few years?
I think we're starting to see a little bit of movement in that area. I know there's been a number of bills that we got passed that at least will stay. Let's take a look at some of these regulations. What are repetitive there? What maybe are archaic? And let's get rid of them off the books. So I think we're starting to make movement there. But again, I think it's small business and us engaging our small business owners to really get up here to Sacramento and talk to the legislators and other legislators and saying, hey, these impact our small businesses.
Mm-hmm. And you think you're getting more traction with legislators? I mean,
oh, definitely. You know, the Asian caucus, for one, grew by up to 13, I believe 12 or 13 this year. But I see a much more friendly atmosphere here. We're saying, you know, we have a big job still to do in regards to the economy and everybody looking at working. And our job is represent our small business owners and making sure they're not impacted negatively by many of these laws being passed.
I know another issue regarding your chamber, but other small business type chambers is the procurement process, making sure that your members and small businesses get on those lists for government projects.
Both government and corporate contracts. And so we work closely with Department of General Services up here in Sacramento, individual agencies. But more importantly, we work to build capacity within our businesses so they can go after those contracts and they can bid on them. So often, it's the fact that they don't have the capacity to do it. Henceforth, why we created the contract readiness program.
Okay, so the summit, if I own a small business, what will I learn?
Well, number one, at the Ledge Summit coming up, it'll be more about the issues that are impacting your businesses day in and day out, and what we as business owners need to be doing with our legislators here to get good public policy passed.
Mm-hmm. And that is again, that's in March.
March
correct?
18th up here in Sacramento.
All right. Well, Julian Canete, thank you very much for coming by and talking about the CalAsian Chamber. It's always a pleasure, and we certainly want to have you back in the next few months to talk about your progress at the summit and some of your upcoming overseas trade missions.
We look forward to Steve. Thank you.
All right. And thanks to our viewers also for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, My Government on Demand, and the California Channel. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.